My mother's voice was calm when she said it. "We think it's better if you don't come for Christmas this year." I was standing in my kitchen, phone pressed to my ear, staring at a half-wrapped gift I'd already labeled with my father's handwriting in mind. I didn't argue. I didn't ask why. I just said, "Okay." What none of them expected was that I meant forever. I'm 38. I manage logistics for a mid-sized manufacturing company in Milwaukee. I've been married for 11 years, together for 14. On paper, my life looked steady. Decent salary. A small house with a porch I never sat on. Parents who lived 2 hours away and still signed their texts with love, Mom and Dad. But for the past 3 years, distance had crept in like mold. Quiet. Spreading. My parents stopped calling unless they needed something. My wife, Claire, stopped asking about my day and started asking why I was so sensitive lately. Holidays became negotiations. I'd drive up alone more often than not because Claire had work commitments or just wasn't in the mood for the tension. The tension was always me. It started subtly. Comments at dinner. My father joking about how Claire was the ambitious one. My mother praising her promotions while asking if I was still in that warehouse job. When I laughed it off, they leaned in harder. When I tried to explain how it felt, Claire squeezed my knee under the table. A warning. Don't make this awkward. The Christmas text came on December 14th. Not even a call. This year will be family only. We think it's best if you understand. Claire read it over my shoulder. She didn't look surprised. You knew about this? I asked. She hesitated just long enough to answer honestly without admitting guilt. They've been stressed. They feel like you bring heaviness. That word landed wrong. Heaviness. Like I was furniture that didn't match the room anymore. I still wrapped the gifts. Habit, maybe. Or denial. I bought my dad the same wool gloves he always lost. I picked out a cookbook my mom mentioned once. I even ordered something for Claire's niece because that's what you do when you're trying to prove you still belong somewhere. The betrayal revealed itself 2 days later at my wife's company holiday dinner. I wasn't invited. Not officially, anyway. Claire said it was more for executives. Then I saw the photos online. My parents were there. Smiling. My mother's hand on Claire's back. My father raising a glass beside her CEO. The caption read, "So proud of our girl. Our girl." I felt small in a way I hadn't since childhood. Like I'd been quietly replaced without a meeting. Without notice. When I confronted Claire, she didn't deny it. "They wanted to support me," she said, removing her earrings in front of the mirror. "You don't fit in those spaces. And honestly, it's easier without you there." Easier. I asked her if she ever defended me. If she ever said, "That's my husband you're talking about." She met my eyes in the mirror. Cold. Tired. "I never loved you the way you needed," she said. "You were convenient. You made life simple." No yelling. No tears. Just facts delivered like a performance review. That night, I slept on the couch. I stared at the ceiling fan until it blurred. I thought about every time I apologized for taking up space. Every time I swallowed a comment to keep the peace. I realized I didn't know who I was without trying to be acceptable. Christmas came. Snow fell. The house stayed quiet. I didn't show up. I didn't call my parents. I didn't send gifts. I didn't post anything. I took a long walk through the city instead. Watched strangers carry trees, children drag sleds, couples argue over parking. Life moved without noticing my absence. And for the first time, that didn't feel like failure. In January, Claire moved out. No drama. Just boxes and an agreement we both signed quickly, like people who were relieved to stop pretending. My parents reached out in February. My mother left a voicemail, voice trembling, asking why I'd cut them off so suddenly. I never called back. Not out of spite. Out of clarity. I started therapy. Not to fix myself, but to understand why I kept shrinking. I rebuilt routines. Cooked real meals. Sat on my porch. Learned the difference between being needed and being respected. Months later, My father emailed. No subject line. Just a paragraph about how families make mistakes and how they miss the old days. I didn't reply. Because the old days were built on silence. On earning love by disappearing. Here's what I learned, and why I'm telling you this. If someone tells you you're too much, believe them. Not because they're right, but because it means you're in the wrong room. Boundaries aren't punishments. They're doors you close so you can finally breathe. I didn't argue when they uninvited me from Christmas. I just stopped showing up. And in that absence, I finally found myself.